Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the new Transformers movie. I am a huge Transformers fan. I remember watching the Michael Bay movies a while back, the Bumblebee movie, and obviously I had to watch Rise of the Beasts and the old Transformers movie. And something I did notice is that besides the original Transformers movie from the 90s, every single Transformers movie we've had is live action. And while I do think movies like the original Transformers, Dark of the Moon, and Bumblebee are actually pretty good, they weren't perfect, and even then, the other ones kinda sucked. I mean, yeah, everyone blames Michael Bay for basically ruining the Transformers brand after being brought to bring it back to life. And, let's face it, the live action Transformers movies haven't been in a great place. I mean, Bumblebee was great, but it didn't make enough money. And on top of that, Rise of the Beasts didn't make a whole lot of money either. However, the next Transformers movie we got after that was a bit of an interesting one, because it was the first one since the 90s that was animated, which was a weird choice by Paramount, because I obviously expected them to just go with the stubborn choice and make another one. But clearly they wanted to take a different direction and see how this went. And instead of it being connected to the Bay universe, this is a origin story which is way more accurate to the original cartoon. Because if you didn't know, the Michael Bay movies only took a handful of things from the original show. Basic names and designs and how things worked. I mean, they only took so much, and even then they took a handful of creative liberties. However, this movie was clearly shown in the first trailer that it was going to be way more accurate to the original TV show, as the characters looked way more accurate to what they originally were. And obviously, when I watched the movie, I could tell the TV show was the majority of the inspiration. I think the only thing that people had a problem with was that Peter Cullen, the main voice actor for Optimus Prime, wasn't going to be returning for this movie and instead was going to be voiced by Chris Hemsworth, who is best known for being Thor in the MCU. And oh boy, is the MCU doing great right now. However, the problem with the voice actor quickly died down. Unlike the Mario movie, where everyone was annoyed that they brought in Chris Pratt to play Mario, everyone quickly was realized that Chris Hemsworth wasn't a bad choice, especially considering how he didn't just sound like Chris Hemsworth the whole movie, because he actually sounded like a young version of Optimus Prime. Oh yeah, they also brought in Scarlett Johansson for this movie, which I'm not complaining about. And I'm not gonna lie, walking into the movie and looking at and getting ready to watch it, I was a bit nervous. What if it didn't live up to the expectations set by a lot of other Transformer projects, like the early 2007 Transformer movie, the Bumblebee movie, or heck, even the original TV show that it's so heavily taking inspiration from? I mean, at this point, people have grown so used to the live action movies that who knows, maybe people won't like it. And oh boy, was I wrong. This movie was so good, and it had no right to be this good. It could have turned out so poorly, but holy cow, our boys at Paramount knew what they were doing with this movie. I mean, I genuinely cannot believe this movie turned out so well. The main qualities of why this movie turned out so well is that A, there were no humans, which is a recurring problem in the Transformer movies, which is basically the fact that we get more time with some random human characters rather than the actual Transformers. Obviously, in this movie, that problem is immediately solved because now we're actually getting a lot of great character with each Transformer because there's no stupid humans to focus on. I mean, it's just so good to see this movie take everything that the Michael Bay movies did well in and then took everything that went wrong and completely fixed it. They basically made what Transformers fans really needed. A well-made Transformers story that doesn't have a overdose of humans and more screen time with the Transformers, and holy cow, they really nailed the origin stories. Safe to say that Transformers fans are pretty happy with this movie. Critics, audience are giving good reviews. This movie genuinely made me smile, laugh, and go, wow, this is so good. And I have to say, I wouldn't mind if they did or did not make a sequel, because this movie is great on its own and could be left as that one Transformer movie that everyone really enjoyed. Or they could make a couple extra sequels, but hopefully Paramount knows to just leave this alone. Unfortunately for everyone working on this movie, they are about to get their entire bloodlines erased by Paramount because this movie hasn't had a great opening weekend. Unlike the other Transformers movies, which have made money despite some of them being, well, garbage, this one has not had a great opening weekend. I could easily be proven wrong, considering how a movie like Elementals made a huge comeback, but I don't know, maybe people just don't care about this movie and it's not going to make money. I mean, at least it's good. I mean, it could be worse. It could be that one Transformers movie that everyone hates and barely made any money, but got made anyway. And still, I'm a bit upset that we haven't made it. I kind of hope this movie does make a big comeback and actually turns out to make a decent amount of money. But at this rate, what am I expecting from the same guys who'd mortgaged their houses on eBay to get a rare Transformers toy? Anyway, I didn't plan out an outro really well, so I'll see you in the next video, and let's pray this movie at least makes $1.